First of all, I want to get this started. It's me, Urban Laughter, by the way. Let me get that out the way because JB don't be listening when I say who I am.
I'm JB.
I want to also point out that this man is drinking faux ass Dr. Pepper, y'all. He drinking some shit called Dr. K.
It is Dr. K.
But it really looked like Dr. Oh, is this a visual episode?
No.
Oh, thank you.
You think I would? I wouldn't do you that way because y'all.
She's in a bonnet and a t-shirt.
She looked like she's staying at her grandma's house, and her grandma gave her a big t-shirt and was like, "Here, go to sleep in this."
First of all, y'all, the t-shirt ain't that big. It's my own t-shirt. Okay,
I feel like she took it from somebody.
Well, not guy. I do have on a t-shirt and a bonnet because I'm in my house. Happy 4th of July, and I'm in the house, and I don't have work today. So guess what I did? I was like, we're going to relax. I got on a comfy, cozy team. I got on some comfy shorts. When I finish recording, all of this will be bye-bye. I'm home. And I'll leave my bonnet. I feel good, okay? I feel great.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do.
I got a fresh feel, fresh pedicure. My hair's nice and fresh. Like,
that part is questionable. She washed it.
Not. My lashes are only a week old. Look at me. My lashes are only a week old. Mm-hmm. Only. But they'll grow out soon.
I need to brush my beard, but I did. Ooh, somebody at work came up to me and was like, "Your beard looks real good today." I said, "Oh, is the beard bearding today?" Oh, the beard.
Oh, you are so ridiculous. You are so. Your eyebrows wipe off. Look at them coming off in pieces. I need to do my eyebrows. Speaking of which, I'm trying to wait because I have an actual hair appointment.
Hold on.
Saturday. Don't you? Ooh, and your spit stinks.
Yeah, I acted like I was like about to wipe her eyebrows off. Like, hold on,
lick his thumb.
Come here. But y'all, welcome to another episode of The Rude Urban Truth. You heard her name. That's Urban Laughter. You heard my name. I'm JB. And
JB. And his George Jefferson is Jefferson in the day. Damn, that beard. His little donut is growing back.
Not really. Only
shaved like fade.
Yeah, I shaved like 2 days ago. So that's pretty fresh.
Look, child, that chia pet looking like grass. Mm-mm. Look, you gonna really bend your head down. You're so aggravating.
Looks similar to yours, doesn't it? Mm-hmm.
Oh, please. Now George Jefferson is late. Now George Jefferson is relaxed. I'm out here walking around with my Edna Mode bob.
It is, I'm about to be bobbing around, but it's blonde, y'all.
Yeah. I like it though. I'm out here Anna Wintour. Anna Wintour wore that same bob forever. Nobody said nothing to her.
I would.
Meanwhile, in fashion, the thing that's about fashion is change is constant. Anna Wintour brought us a classic bob and said, and I'm not switching it for nobody.
I'm convinced she wearing a wig. Her hair ain't like that under that. She just doing this so she can have it.
I follow the man that cuts her bob every day.
Mm-hmm. That's what he said. He cuts the bob every day. The bob. Because when she get home at night, she pull that thing out from the front.
Not you peeling it back like Annalise Keating. Remember that time I lifted my frontal up in front of you and how horrified you were?
Yeah, I get horrified every time I see it. Like when you do it, sometimes we record.
Come time to be with us.
She be sitting there. She be like, "Oh, this is itching," and then she'll lift it up like. She got me feeling like that girl in the car. Like, you didn't just take it off like that, did you? I sure
did. Y'all know how sometimes you got to wash it. Most of us who have sew-ins, you got to wash your hair. Now, I used to wash my hair twice a week. I've been washing it once a week because I've been in air conditioning and stuff. But if it's like gross, I'll definitely wash it twice a week. But anyway, I'm washing it like once a week or whatever, right? Y'all, you know how I be you know how it is when you have like a frontal, ladies who wear frontals. You gotta lift it up. You got to wipe the glue off or whatever.
Yeah, that sounds good when you're doing that just in the house, not like you just on a recording. Like, let me go ahead and start taking it off. All people can
see us is us. Y'all can't even see me. I'm laying on to my personal life.
I'm going to record this one time and not tell you.
I made a video about my weight loss journey. It's on my stories. You should check it out. Oh, yeah. I'm about to shamelessly plug my IG because I'm trying to turn into a personal brand, okay? It's urban_laughter. My page is public. Y'all should follow me. Like, I'll follow y'all. Hey.
Yeah, I saw you do your little post with your unboxing your yoga mat and everything.
Have you seen it? I'm not recording me on them bricks. Y'all almost got jacked up. I got hardwood floors. I have hardwood floors in my apartment, y'all. Let me tell you how I tried to use the yoga bricks and they went to the slide. And I said, oh, casino. This is just why I'm not recording it. But I have an accountability partner here. My girls, I can turn to my friend. Her name is Marissa, but we're accountability partners. She and I have been walking for weeks. JB knows I've been walking for weeks. But now I'm trying to up the ante from besides walking. Like, I've been walking. I've lost a little bit of weight, but now I want to start doing yoga, too. Child, we're going to see how this pan out. Y'all gonna see.
Brian got
2
me
years
this.
from now, I'm gonna look totally different.
Brian got me an
I'm taking my
Oculus,
time.
and this Oculus got like some virtual reality, like boxing classes and everything. Oh, they be wearing
You
me
thought it was
out.
gonna be pumped.
Wearing me out.
A lot of people be underestimating them Oculuses, thinking like, "Oh, it's just gonna be."
I love it. I love it. I literally do it like every day. Every day.
I walk every day. I walk after work.
I mean, you ain't got no choice. You live in New York. You gonna walk. They one thing that, you ain't gonna do.
I get about no, for real. Like I get about 15 to 20,000 steps a day, especially on days when I have to go into the office. I get a lot of steps in because I do walk a lot. But the thing about New York is that it's mostly flat, so it's not like given like how you would walk. Like say
you're not doing like any like hills. Elevation and stuff.
Right. That's why I incorporated like, okay, I want to try some yoga. I'm eating better, so I'm gonna try the yoga. I've been drinking way more water. Lately, I've been drinking a lot of seltzer water to kind of give me that soda feel because you know I miss my Pepsi. Now today it's the 4th, and I'm in the house kicking it. I did have a Dr. Pepper.
Get you the we get the Perrier fusions, not the regular Perrier because regular Perrier is disgusting. Perrier
I actually
fusion.
like regular Perrier. I've been doing so. I was getting what was at the deli. I got some Schweppes seltzer. It was like strawberry mango. You know, it was decent. It wasn't. I
don't like them because and
I've been doing
the fusions got like just a hint of sugar in there. Like just
this one got sugar, but the flavor is good.
Like they just blew a little bit of sugar in the thing. That's it.
See, there's no sugar in this one, and I was like, that's what I was trying to get, no sugar, but still have a little bit of flavor. But you know who I like? My job put us on this. I can't think of the name of it, y'all. I drink it at work though sometimes. Like I'll drink my regular water bottle all throughout the day. I get one of those motivational water bottles. It really motivates me. Like, because it really don't take that much to drink 64 ounces of water a day at all. Like, I really be rolling through it. Like, it's real quick because when I see how much I have to drink per hour, it's like, oh, I could do that. It's like basically like literally sit.
Yeah, the only thing that I hate is that when you drink water like that, you got to use the bathroom a lot.
Oh my God,
you got to
so
be running.
much.
Like you'll go use the bathroom,
well,
sit down, and then be like, oh, gotta go again.
I gotta go again. Okay. Also learned this about drinking too much water. Sometimes, and I had read this on, what was it? Was it WebMD? I think it was WebMD. When your pee goes clear, you know, everybody's like, oh, that's a great thing. Sometimes it means that you may be like taking out a lot of nutrients. So a slight yellow is healthy. And mine was being clear. So it was like, you might be drinking too much water based on your body type. So you try to measure it out. So I've been like testing it, like doing like
I mean, you can tell that that's like a problem. You don't want it to be that clear anyway. It's just like, think about it. Like if you go get a drug test, they'll actually, people who smoke weed, they'll try to flush themselves out. But if they go and they pee and it's clear, generally nothing comes up at all. And they'll have to come back and take the test again. So there has to be something in there. Like if you're going in there and you can't even do a drug test, that means that literally you've washed yourself of anything that's in there.
Yeah. So yeah, I was happy about that too. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not going to be like gold bricks, obviously, but you know, I just been happy about it. And now I'm recording it because, you know, why not?
You can try doing My Fitness Pal. That's a good app.
Oh, I heard about My Fitness.
That's
Pal.
what
I've been using Pacer, and I added my family on. We do like family challenges, like we all just doing like steps a day. I'm tearing their asses up. I don't even know what they do. I mean, flagging them. Like the day start off, they waking up. I'd be like, yeah, I'm already at 8,000. Just walk to the subway and to my office.
That's one thing I do on my Apple Watch. We have you can either start competitions with people or like every day, like I can see everybody who's my friend and how their progress is going so far. Yeah. So you see me, my green one is already filled because I went to the gym earlier today. But I'll be looking at them. There's some people in there that like, because the bigger you are, the more calories you can burn. And I'll be getting mad because this guy, his name is Kent. Like yesterday, he burned 1,817 calories. I'm over here thinking I'm doing hot shit. Mine is, I burned 1,064.
You said Kent is Kent plus size? And I'm not saying I don't know body shaming type shit.
No, but yeah. So it's like it's not a fair comparison, but it does give me like something to try.
Motivation,
like you know, I'm gonna get as close as I can to you. I might not be able to beat you, but I'm gonna get as close as I can.
When I first started walking them days, and we were walking far, and we like walked through Central Park, we walked through Harlem, like, and we walked so much it don't feel, because New York is so interesting. Like it doesn't feel like you're walking as far as you. Like I'm getting like 6 and 7 miles. And at first, I was burning like 750 calories. I wasn't hitting 1,000, but I was getting like 700. I mean, y'all burning through it. And it was like, before I went to Miami, I was all like, yes, look at the weight melting off my butt. I was loving it, right? But now I notice like it's not as many starting to come off, but that's okay. Because there's going to be a plateau stage and I'm already prepped for it. Like I already got my mind set up. It's going to take me about 2 years because this did not happen overnight. And I'm okay with that. But if I keep at the rate that I'm going now, I'll be at my first little hope, because I'm not calling it a goal, my first little hope by December. Because I feel like any loss is good. Shit, some weeks I lose like a half a pound, I'd be okay. I'm like, all right, cool, it's half a pound. Because at first I was getting discouraged, like, I'm gonna lose a half a pound. But now I'm like, look, it's a half pound less than it was last week. So we on. Plus, tied in what you already did last week. I'm like, come on.
The hardest part about losing weight is the mental struggle. Like once you can get your mental in a good space and you're good, and it's like you said, realizing that it's not going to happen overnight. You can't rush the process, because if you're rushing the process, you're probably not doing it in the healthiest way, and most likely you're not going to be able to keep it off.
Exactly. And the good thing is, I live in New York. Everything is, but they got mad healthy options. Like I told you, I go to the fresh produce stand. Like I get all my little stuff. Like it's a lot of healthy options that are actually affordable. Some of them are unaffordable, obviously, but a lot of them are affordable. And
she a rich bitch.
Say that. Flip my hair back. Say that. No, but I eat hot dogs too, still, because y'all know I love hot dogs. Let's not be crazy. Because sometimes while we walk, I do stop at the ice cream truck, and I do get a hot dog every once in a while. Because I'm not going to be one of them girls who deprives themselves.
Okay. I think you muted yourself. It shows you your mic is off. I can't hear you. It literally says your mic is off. I can look at it. Your AirPods are there and your mic is off. Y'all, she's sitting over here. She was talking up something over here. And nope, says mic off. You can see it too. You should be able to like expand on your thing and see your input and output. And it shows that you're using your FaceTime HD camera is your camera. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Say something now. Nope, still it ain't there. I'm going to start the recording and bring us back in.
First of all, I don't remember what I was saying. It wasn't nothing too crazy, so it's okay.
I was hitting all this.
I'm sitting here looking like animals. I'm thinking like, y'all, can y'all hear this moment of silence?
No, I was hitting the buttons and stuff, and none of them were playing. That's what was making me sad.
Because JB, I just want to wait till we record and start trying to do IT stuff. You should have did this before.
No, I was trying to do the sounds. Like, you know how I be throwing in random sound effects? The sound effects weren't working.
Now the sound effects ain't working.
Anyway, that's what, like, look JB at one. I said look at it like you can see it, because you can't even hit the button for them.
JB and I are about to start. Yeah, why can't I hit the button for him? And I know there's administrative access. JB and I,
it's actually only available to the person hosting, but
hosting's nuts. But guess what? We gonna end up on Snap.
Help us understand why.
Oh, because first of all, someone that he knows eyebrows actually should be criminal, and y'all all fake for not telling her about them eyebrows. Good thing is I'm surrounded by good friends, because one time I posted a nasty, well, it wasn't even a nasty like sexual. It wasn't a good picture, but my friend Rico texted me and was all like, girl, this ain't it, basically. Like, take this picture down. I took it down instantly too. But I had a friend that was decent to tell me like, yo, this picture really ain't hitting. And it kind of hurt my feelings, but I was more appreciative that it was like that, so I knew that it was weak, than me trying to figure out like, oh, so this is, it wasn't a good, that's her picture. You know, like when people come to your page looking like, there she go, that's her kind of thing.
Yeah, she posted multiple pictures. She's like sitting on a little.
Look, when y'all boyfriends be like, no, I'm joking about the boyfriend stuff.
She's not, but she was she was on the little donut thingy that you sit on when you're in the pool. So I was like, oh, she ain't getting in this water, because she did. The eyebrows are literally going away. They're just like she gonna look like she crying from her forehead, and it's just not gonna be a good move. But
and here he come in the group chat talking about, I'm gonna do your eyebrows like that. Okay,
she gonna wake up and she gonna look just like that.
They gonna start. They started off as business partners, but thing took a grim turn when eyebrow grooming got involved. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. That's how our Snap stories are gonna start. And everybody gonna be on there talking. And they're gonna be saying they always had such a good friendship. Tamika will be giving some testimony. Mama, everybody gonna be on there. Brian, Rico's, like they got along so well. Even Jamila, they gonna be on there. Yeah, they did so well, and they were getting along so fine. And then you gonna look up, and it's gonna be like, we don't know. And then they're gonna see my eyebrows. Like I'll be on the end crying in my orange jumpsuit. Like I had to kill him. I didn't want to, y'all. I'm gonna be on there crying at the end. You know, they be at the end with the jumpsuit, and then I'm gonna stop crying. I'm gonna get real straight face and go, I had to do what I had to do. and it's going to turn off, and then the thing's going to come up. Urban Laughter was sentenced to 20 years. She's not eligible for parole until 2057.
Can you hear my sister calling?
No.
Okay.
Wow, she must have heard me saying bring her into our Snapped episode.
Yeah, I'm about to
tell her to save you.
Yeah, she decided she was going to call. But I guess
she didn't know, because we don't record this late normally. Y'all, I overslept and my phone was dead. And when I say I overslept, I'm talking I woke up at like 2 in the afternoon.
To me and was like, hey, we're going to record at 10 in the morning. And I said, okay, cool. So I'm up, ready to go. And I waited. I was like, yeah, I'm going to wait for a little bit. And then I just said, let me get up. I just got up. We went in there and used our coochie board. It had all our cheese and
he said he called it a coochie board. And it has chocolate chip cookies on it.
No, did you see the picture? I sent you the picture.
I did see the picture. It's a nice picture. I called the salami chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, it had salami. We had pepperoni. We had a sausage that had cheese and jalapenos in there. Kobe Jack, cheddar cheese, pepper jack cheese, and crackers. And then we had some wine. It was it. And today we're doing a steak dinner for two, where we'll be having steak and garlic butter and thyme and rosemary with some potatoes au gratin, along with some fresh green beans using my sister's recipe. And then I also bought, we're making a salad that will have bacon and avocado and all this other stuff in there. And then I bought a raspberry lemonade cake that we'll be eating on. It's going to be good. It's going to be so good. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this episode. So, rude quote of the week. What do you have for us this week?
Okay. First of all, I didn't realize we had been going on that long that we're not even at the rude quote. That's so ghetto. First of all, knowing you can't sing and volunteering to sing at somebody's funeral is absolutely crazy.
It's awful.
Crazy.
Like, what are you doing?
Justin LeBoy's page. What do you mean, what am I doing?
That's what I'm saying.
I thought you was talking about...
Wait, is that how you say his name?
I don't know if it's Lil Boy or LA Boy.
I always call him just the LA Boy.
Because I said Love Boy because the A was lowercase and not LA like Los Angeles. I think it's just
yeah, because I never went on his actual profile to see that it was written out like that. I've only seen it when you're looking at the actual the username where it's just all lowercase across the bottom. So.
Yeah, I noticed that his name. I was like, his last name must be LaBoy and not LA Boy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but that is crazy. And we all been to a funeral where somebody can't sing. They can't and drag your tears up like, who put you?
It ain't no worse than the people who join the choir knowing they can't sing. Like, why are you here? Because they certain them small churches. You can go to a small church and they'll let anybody be in the choir.
Yeah, but they be sounding good as a collective. You don't think they sound good? You're so dramatic.
And we're back for a third time.
Because that's the charm. The third time is the charm.
Mm-hmm. So, yes, I think you're right. His name is Justin LeBoy. But I always only saw his name in the username, which was all lowercase. I was like, is he from LA or whatever? But alrighty, so let's go ahead and go into Black Magic. How you gonna skip right over Black Magic?
I'm talking about rude talk.
And she on time for a change, but she just skipped right over it.
On time in the wrong section.
So our Black Magic for this week is none other than Auntie TabithaBrown. And I'm going to first start this with saying that it is, I think we just hit the 1 year anniversary for when she did the most eloquent read ever in response to Wendy Williams talking mess about their marriage and how Tabitha basically allowed her husband to quit his job working for the police department because he had always been supporting her dream. And now she was in a space financially to support his. She was going to do that. We just passed the year anniversary in that. And Wendy Williams' life ain't been right since Tabitha reared her down. So
no, that's I feel real bad for Wendy. I hope she feels better. These things don't seem to be going right for her.
Yeah, and I think that was the thing that made that read so amazing is that it wasn't rooted in hate. it was literally rooted in love because it was almost like she saw her and was like something that she's going through it. She has not experienced the type of love that I have. And, y'all let me know she said this and thank you, but she needs help because she hasn't experienced love where someone genuinely cared about her. And it was still amazing though. But fast forward to this year, Auntie Tabby is now going to be hosting a show on Food Network. It's going to be the very first vegan cooking competition show. It's called It's Complicated. Complicated.
So manage the speech impediment that he got going on.
Okay, say it for me real quick.
What's the name of it? Let me Google it.
It's complicated.
It's complicated?
Yeah, instead of complicated, they put PL in place of the C.
We want to see.
Mm-hmm. But while she's looking, so everyone knows Auntie Tabby for always having videos where she was showing herself making these vegan dishes and, sometimes even have her husband up there giving his commentary because he's not vegan. He still eats plenty of meat, but he will eat some of her vegan dishes just because that's what she's making. So she's always been a big vegan. I mean, not too long ago, she also just, she relaunched her first collection at Target, which I've seen a lot of people buying from. It's very colorful and lively. Like, it screams so her because that's the type of style that she had. So when you see it, you can see it. Something.
It was cute too.
Mm-hmm. I saw Kaylin, like Oh My Kaylin, OMG Kaylin, the guy from Ellen who used to do like the food reviews online. I've seen him buy this stuff. He was like, between Beyonce out here selling these albums without any cover art and Tabby out here doing all these prints, I'm gonna be broke. Because he definitely went and bought him some of this stuff too. But I was really excited to see this because sis has been like, we've watched her ascend into this space of success. We've seen her as just being this woman on social media that was just talking to us, sounding so inspirational that it was like we suddenly all felt connected to her. And then we watched her just be a genuinely good person, seeing how her family is and everything. We watched her grow from there to getting her YouTube show. We've seen her go from the YouTube show to have, I think she even has like cookbooks out there. She's has on the Shy. Yeah, she's been on the Shy.
Her little cameos.
She first originally was trying to be an actress a long time ago, but she said she felt like it was a lot harder for her. She had this accent. A lot of people didn't want her. So she went through a whole period where she was trying to become someone that she's not. She was trying to get rid of her Southern accent and everything like that. That's why a lot of people try to claim that they feel like she's fake because they remember her from the time where she wasn't speaking with her accent. And she's like, no, I worked to get rid of my accent, hoping that it was going to give me the break into the industry that I was hoping to get, and it never did. Now, being her authentic self, everything is falling into place for her. So I love it. We love her. I'll probably watch an episode or two. I ain't gonna dedicate up too much time to it because I like watching cooking shows that I can try to emulate, and I ain't got no desire in any part of my body to make a vegan dish. I'm sorry. Like somebody made a post the other day where they were showing how you can take a hot dog and flavor it and make it be like take a carrot, flavor it and everything to make it taste like a hot dog. I wish I would bite into what I thought was a hot dog and it turns out it's a fucking carrot. I'm flipping over the whole cookout. All grills are flipping over.
To that vegan place and I thought it was real wings and I bit into that stick. Remember how horrified I was? You remember that?
I remember that.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. Don't try.
I'm still traumatized to this day. And I'm not against vegan food. But just tell me it's vegan. Like,
that's the thing.
It was going to be wings.
Don't be trying to sneak in a vegan meal.
Yeah.
If you tell me that's what it is, I'll probably be more inclined to try it because you were honest with me. Now I'm going to have to fight you because you gave me some wings and it turned out it was some cauliflower.
That's just what I'm with me and more.
Because I'm okay with having like buffalo cauliflower. I've had that before and it was good. But I don't have me thinking I'm biting into a wing and it's not a wing.
Right. That's
have me bite into a cauliflower because it's a cauliflower. But if
and let me go into this knowingly.
Yeah. Don't be deceiving people because that's how you end up on Snap. This is exactly how you end up on
Snap.
Snapped.
Do not be deceiving.
This is going to be a Snap culinary edition, and I'm going to be on the first episode because somebody tried to get me to eat a hot dog that they masked as as a carrot. Like it was a carrot.
Yeah,
Don't
and I was
play
thinking,
with me.
I could definitely see a carrot, like a decent sized carrot, being about the size of a hot dog, and you thinking it's really a hot dog, and you go bite that bun. Oh, baby, and you done put ketchup. You done put ketchup and mustard on it.
I want to fight right now. I want to fight so bad.
I literally can't
Don't
imagine
play with
that.
me. Don't play with me.
Yeah, like just tell me up front. Like nobody's against it, but give me the option to say no. Like don't be trying to psych me out with no hot dog.
Thank you.
Not eating some roasted carrot because it is gonna get physical.
Yeah, it
It's
is
gonna get physical.
And hear me now. Hear me now. I've said this on the air. Don't play with me.
Like this is gonna be a problem.
Don't play with
so
me.
y'all know.
So, but yeah, shout out to Auntie Tab for all of the success that she's having and all of the success that I'm expecting her to continue to have. So you ready to officially get into Rude Talk since you were ready earlier?
I am. My eyelash is itching and I'm trying to scratch it.
Okay, so this week's Rude Talk is really going to be filled with a lot of Am I the Assholes? The way that AirPod it's so hard.
That AirPod be jumping out my ear. You hear me?
Mm-hmm. And it don't look like your audio's coming out of your AirPod no more.
The AirPod be ready to go.
So
I can still hear you.
The first one. Okay, so the first one it brought me joy because I'm an anime fan.
Of course.
The title says, "Am I the asshole for making a real life Pokedex of girls at my university?"
Yes.
So this is the story. So, freshman year of college, I began working on this project casually. I like to keep notes on women I talk to about their favorite things, activities they enjoy, gifts, candy, things like that. I suck at remembering things, so I decided to keep a spreadsheet. Eventually, after getting a handful of entries, I offhandedly mentioned it to my friend group. One had the idea that I share it with them so we can all keep new entries as they caught different entries. So this expanded further. Right now, about 40 guys have access to it, and it's mainly the guys in my fraternity, and the women featured are girls from different sororities. We also added more information such as like where you should take them if you really want to impress. We don't keep this information for any nefarious or scumbaggy reasons. Just to help us know what to do if we want to impress certain girls. Like the original idea of this was just to keep the information like favorite colors, so I didn't ever forget their favorite colors. Now it's happening to a lot of guys. Somehow, a girl who was on the list found out. She was pissed the fuck off. She was eventually able to trace it down to me, so I assumed someone who was simping for her snitched when the Pokedex wasn't making a girl like him. So she's pissed off, and she made it out to be a guide to hooking up with women when it most definitely was not. It's just to make impressing them on dates easier. That's it. She's made a big deal of this, telling so many girls around campus, and now they're all saying that by the start of the fall semester, none of them will be visiting our fraternity or going to our party. Now all the guys are mad at me when I'm not even the one who told girls about the list in the first place, and they were all using the list. I also think it's unfair to say that the list was all about sex when it wasn't. And I guess people were calling him a stalker. He said, "I'm not a stalker. There was no information in there that could have been used to hurt someone, only to have a better date. And it isn't about sex. I've never used it just for sex."
I don't know. Is he really telling the truth, though?
You know what? I think
because it's giving you in a frat.
I don't think he was using it for sex, but I think that his friends saw this as an opportunity to use it for sex. Yeah,
because it's giving. I don't know.
Because I know some people, this is a very extreme example because it's not him using it for girls. But I know a guy that literally every restaurant he ever goes to, he adds to a Google Doc.
I got a note on my phone.
And he makes because I was asking him when my sister was coming in town, I said, "Hey, do you know of any places I should take my sister?" And he said, "Hold on." He brings up this thing, and Urban Laughter, when I tell you this list was long. Like I've been maintaining this list for like 3 years.
Yeah.
And
I got one by borough for here, like things to do in New York. And it's just for when people come into town sometimes and I don't have time to like be around them. I just send them a list of things to do, like from food to activities. Like
see, I think his intention when he started it was probably pure, but then when he invited other people to use it, that's when it turned into something messy. Because all of them ain't gonna be using it for the right reasons. Some of them probably saying, "Hey, I know this information about this girl. This is probably a quicker way for me to get her in bed." Because
one of them guys trying to act like a male best friend. You know, the fake male best friend. Like, oh yeah, I'm your bestie, and he called himself by being the bestie. You share something with her, and she done told everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, first of all, these men out here think we crazy. It's like, but we not. And now we got to stand up for ourselves.
Yeah. But I thought that was interesting. So,
like maybe he started out with good intentions, but I don't think, I don't know. Verdict's still out on that one. We gonna see.
So this one made me laugh. I didn't read the whole thing. I only read the title. And you're probably gonna laugh when I have to say this. Am I the asshole for refusing to talk to my boyfriend because he won't stop using the phrase?
Giggity.
Do you want some? Give me a moment. Do you want some Pwingies?
Some Pwingies?
Pwingies?
What's Pwingies? And why is he talking like that? Like, that's how he's talking with some Pwingies? Like a little kid.
Okay, so this is... I actually had to skim to figure out what the hell a Pwingy was. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read it. Backstory. Me and my boyfriend were on a holiday a few months ago. We were in an all-inclusive resort, and we were standing in one of the shops in the lobby where you can buy extra snacks and stuff. A very posh British man walked in with his 12-year-old son, and they were looking around the shop. They went over to where the crisps were. This is someone who's in London. And
they talking about like chips.
Yeah. And the boy seemed very interested in the Pringles. The father then asked him in a very cutesy, possibly over the top for his age voice, do you want some Pwingies for the Do you want some Pwingies for the room? He said yes. He called the Pringles Pwingies. Okay, so anyway, me and my boyfriend found this quite funny. The first few days were fine. We were both joking about it and kept repeating it to one another as if it was a funny way to refer to Pringles. Especially as the man was talking to his son like it was a baby. This was at the start of our 2-week holiday. He did not stop saying, do you want some Pwingies for the room? For the whole 2 weeks we were on holiday. He would literally say it at least once a minute. He would even torment me by starting a sentence completely unrelated to it and then finishing with, do you want some Pwingies for the room?
See, just aggravating that poor woman. Just getting on her damn nerves.
It's now been over 3 months since we've returned, and he will not stop saying, do you want some Pwingies for the room? It is driving me insane. I have begged him to stop, but he honestly thinks I'm just playing along with his joke. I can't have a serious conversation with him because he always manages to slip in. Do you want some Pwingies for the room? This is a 5-year-long relationship, and it was absolutely fine until this point. This is the man I wanted to spend the rest of my life with, but now I don't even want to see him because I'm afraid of when he will say, do you want some Pwingies for the room? I am now refusing to talk to him unless he stops. I'm honestly afraid that he will say he's never going to stop, or he's going to say he's going to stop and just carry on. Am I blowing this out of proportion?
No, because that's sickening. I would be so mad, especially when she said he was saying it just unrelated. Like, why are you even saying it? You're just saying it for no reason. Do you want some Pwingies? And you're saying it like Pwingies. Like, why are you? I would be smoking. I don't think she's the asshole at all.
Do you want some Pwingies for the road?
For the road? Yeah, do you want some Pwingies for the road? And I just imagine, do you want some Pwingies for the road?
That's going to be the title for this episode. You want some Pwingies for the pod?
That's just what I imagine. You want some Pwingies for the road?
No, that tickles me. Some Pwingies. Why is this man talking to his 12-year-old child like that?
That might have been their joke.
And now, look, that son is probably irritated too. Like, and Dad, stop.
Because they don't mind their business. And that's their problem. Not minding their business. They done overheard somebody else's stuff. And now she's stuck with somebody and talking about Pwingies in a British accent.
Some Pwingies for the... Oh, my goodness. That tickles me. I kind of... I kind of feel like I want to find a reason to say it like that, too, all the time. But anyway, all right, next one. So let's say you have a home. You have purchased a home, you have a child, and you're outside in the yard, and your neighbor has a gnome in the yard. Your child runs up on this gnome, and this gnome absolutely terrifies your child. Every time they go outside, your son or daughter happen to walk over, forget that this gnome is there, they see the gnome, and it terrifies them again. Would you take it upon yourself to hide your neighbor's gnome because it's scaring your child?
No.
Well, that's what this person did. They said, my neighbor Cindy, who's a woman who's 34 years old, has a large front garden. She grows flowers and some produce. Sometimes she comes over with extras, which is nice. She also has a gnome village in her garden. You know, those tacky garden gnomes you see in the lawn and garden stores that you
She
can
wrote
paint
that
or
in
whatnot.
there?
Yes. Well, recently, Cindy got a new gnome. For whatever reason, my 5-year-old son has developed a fear of this particular gnome. I'm not sure why, and yes, I've asked him why. I'm sure he's seen something scary on YouTube or something. The gnome is just a normal gnome, just like a gardening hoe and a basket of flowers. I decided to talk to Cindy, explain the problem, and asked if she would move the gnome to the back garden or behind the bushes on her patio. Cindy refused. I was asking for too much. This is how she wrote this. A few days ago, my son was outside playing and his ball rolled into Cindy's yard. He refused to go get it, crying and begging me to get the ball. I got the ball and moved the gnome behind some flower bushes. My plan was to move it back once my son stopped playing. Cindy came out to water the garden, noticed the gnome was gone, and demanded to know where it was. She even threatened to call the police on me over a gnome. After I gave her back the gnome, Cindy told me not to come on her property again. I told my wife what happened, and while she thinks Cindy overreacted, she also thinks I shouldn't have taken the gnome. She says our son would get over his fear in time, or he'll just have to play in the back. I think our son has a right to play in his own front yard without being scared of a gnome. Am I the asshole? He did do an edit. He said, I have apologized to Cindy. I just hate seeing my son scared and realize I was being the asshole. I took Cindy some goodies and bought her a new gnome as an apology. We're back on good terms. My wife and I are helping our son get over his fear. He'll play in the back or at the park. But yes.
Exactly. Yes, he was the asshole. You don't go on nobody's property and touch something.
And it was a gnome.
Like what?
It was a gnome.
Right. And like the wife said, he would get over it or take him in the back. He has alternative. His wife came in with the common sense. Listen, we have other places where our child can play and not be scared to death.
Mm-hmm. Well, this child is terrified of his gnomes, and this dad thought it was appropriate for him to go into this person's yard and move the gnome. And then it doesn't help. Like, you can't move the gnome and think that this girl's not going to know that you're the one who did it, because you've already addressed this gnome.
You see, when Cindy asked where it was at, the first thing she went to was him. Where is my gnome? Mm-hmm. Like, it wasn't even, do you know where my gnome is? Where is it?
Where
like,
is
she knew
it?
that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she already knew. Like,
mm-mm. So this is my very last Am I the Asshole for today. I have not read this. I just saw the title, as I normally do now. So we will see how it goes. But this one says, Am I the asshole for not stopping my husband from yodeling every time my mother-in-law asked me about having a baby? She's 27. Her husband's 28. She's calling her husband Keith. We've been married for 3 years now. My mother-in-law, who we'll call Beth, and I have never had the best relationship. At times, we've gone low contact because of it. She has never wished me a happy birthday or have gotten me any kind of present that was an attachment of my husband. She refused to come to any big events for me. Like, I got my master's last year. She said it wasn't big enough of a deal for her to drive an hour to celebrate and things of that nature. I've grown to just have thick skin, but also my husband normally handles everything for me. He very much is my bodyguard around her and stops her every time she tries to say anything, but has never stopped her much anyway. I do like that. This is me talking. I do like that he's actually stepping up for her, because more times than not, when we read these Am I the Assholes, these husbands are not defending their wives. They just let them deal with it.
Their moms be out of control. Moms and other relatives just out of control.
Okay, so then she comes back and says this. Beth, who, let me remind you, that's the mother-in-law. Beth's new big thing is kids. She has wanted us to have a baby since before we were married. She has an older son who is unmarried and will probably never have kids, so she always tells Keith that he is her last hope of true happiness.
Why is the unmarried one who having kids not? He can have kids and not be married.
And even if it doesn't, like, what if Keith never wanted kids? Would you gonna guilt trip him into having kids?
Right.
Because that's the only way you feel like you're gonna be happy. But anyway, says he is her last hope of true happiness and always tries to bribe us into kids. Last year, she told us if we got pregnant that she would buy us a house, and she meant it. This woman wants a grandbaby. However, it's gotten to a point where it's all she talks about. She never asked me about work, my hobbies, my family, or anything now. She basically only talks to me about children. My husband and I want kids, just on our own time. It started really upsetting me, and it made my husband angry. Something to know. My husband jokingly learned how to yodel when he was in high school. Yodel is loose term too. It's more like he makes a loud, obnoxious sound for a long period of time and calls it yodeling. A couple of months ago, when we saw his parents, Beth started to make a baby comment again, and he got so irritated that he just started to loudly yodel. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen, and immediately shut her up. Ever since then, he does it every time she asks about a kid. This is where I might be the asshole. We went out for his parents' anniversary at a very nice restaurant. It was just his immediate family, so parents, brother, Keith, me. And beforehand, he told his mom very nicely we would appreciate no baby talk. Well, she didn't care and thought because we were somewhere nice, my husband wouldn't yodel. And she was wrong. He did it for so loud and for so long that everyone in the restaurant was staring by the end. It embarrassed her so badly she almost started crying. His dad thinks we are major assholes for ruining their anniversary dinner, and we could have just ignored her. My husband feels justified in what he did, and his brother doesn't really care. I mostly feel bad because I should have stopped this a while ago and made us talk like adults, but it's just never worked in the past, and I feel really bad about ruining her dinner. Am I the asshole?
No, why do you feel bad? You ain't doing yodeling like a lunatic.
Let me tell you.
You can't control that man. You don't care about your suggestions. Like, you can suggest he not do it, but that's not going to stop him.
I hope she gave him the best dose of cooch that night for doing this, because this man said, I am standing beside my wife regardless. I already told my mother, no, don't you do it. And she did it anyway.
No.
Somebody said, listen up, men. They said, listen up, men. This is how you husband.
Okay.
Because all women be asking for sometimes is just for the man to stand beside them. And this man is standing beside his wife regardless of how it makes his family feel. And I love it.
Me too. I'm here for it. That man yodeled right on his mom's birthday cake. So I don't know if she had a cake or not. But him yodeling, that'll teach her.
See, to me, it sounded like the mother-in-law thought that since they were going to be in a public space and everything, that he wouldn't dare do it then. Ma'am, you've been this child's mother for 28 years. You knew if there was any child of yours that was going to do it, it was this one. When kids do stuff like this, the parent can never, especially at this age, can never say they didn't expect this child to do it. They know their children too well by now. She thought she was playing with fire and sis got burned. Mm-hmm. Shame. Post shame. Oh, Beth.
She's not the asshole.
I mean, honestly, why would she be an asshole? She was just sitting there.
You're right. And now today talking about both of y'all are assholes. Like, don't be looping me in because you're scared to confront your son. He yodeled all on his own volition. I didn't go to high school and take yodeling classes.
Right. He didn't either. Like, clearly. He just said, I'm just going to make noises.
Making noise. Yeah, he's just making noise, being chaotic.
Mm-hmm. I would love to know an update on this one. Like, what happened? What did the
like, you're not
what kind of conversations are now going to be happening with this mother-in-law, because she's trying your patience, and this is the nice way of him handling this. It's going to get worse if she keeps on.
And not you thinking you going to dog me and then ask me for a baby, and then where you buying this house at? Is this house going to be near you? You been to buy me a house in your neighborhood right back?
Right, that's probably what it was going to be. It was going to be next door, or she was going to give them a tiny house and put it in the backyard.
Right, like, you're not even trying to be like amicable and friendly to me to make me even want to have a baby. And you, girl, what? And I ain't saying you got to be my bestie, but you can be more amicable than what you are.
Yeah, someone needs to have a real conversation with her because I don't understand why she thinks that this is going to make them have a kid. They're not going to be sitting like, oh, let's have a kid because I'm so sick of my mom saying something to us about it.
Right.
No.
Nobody has time for that.
I'm looking at the comments. Someone said, the original poster clearly chose a great husband. He sounds fantastic.
Great catch.
And everybody's like, I want to party with your husband. Can you imagine y'all party and this dude starts doing a yodel?
Yes. Like, sir, I'm looking at her like, girl, your husband has become unhinged. Like, girl, get your husband.
Yeah. She ruined her own anniversary dinner.
She did.
But yeah, those are all of the Am I the Assholes I have for us this week. So we can go ahead and close out with Living While Black.
I had a whole thing in there, y'all. Before we go segueing, I said, what's the first thing you look at when someone approaches you?
Oh, you didn't say anything. You didn't even let me know you added something in here.
You should have been reading.
Because you hadn't put anything in here.
I'll make it an engagement post. I put that in there when I put the root quote in.
I know, but I'll say this. When it comes to this, I look at hands.
Ew, why hands?
Because I gauge people's cleanliness based on their hands. That's why I always noticed that Dawn had dirty fingernails. Yeah,
and I was great. Remember when I used to have my nails? Remember this guy I was talking to? He was telling me about how he started messing with somebody else. And he was like, her fingernails are real clean. I kept wondering why he kept saying that. But that's because my nails had gotten old and they turned yellow. They weren't really dirty. They just had got old. Can't describe it.
I mean, you noticed that literally when we worked together, the first thing I generally said to y'all was something about your nails. I always look at people's fingernails
because I was getting my sets changed every so often. Like I'm about to get a new set.
Because you know how I am. I was big on fingernails. I was big on feet. And I assume, but if I can't see your feet, I'm looking at your hands. And if your hands look a mess, I'm gonna just assume that the feet that people don't see often looks even worse. And then I look at other stuff like face, teeth, stuff like that. But hands are really important to me. You see, my nails are never dirty.
I look at you ain't got no nails, nubs.
Because I make sure they're trimmed too.
Nubs. What do I look at first? I look at shoes. I always look at shoes. Like I look down, like, oh, okay. And they don't have to be like nice or designer shoes. They just need to be clean or cleanish, like some semblance of.
I literally go on people's Instagram pages, and if I see their nails are dirty, I don't follow them. I unfollow
Let's
people.
Let's go on because
I unfollow
it's time people for Living While Black. We've been black most of our lives.
No, I literally did that the other day. I unfollowed someone because they had ugly fingernails or they had ugly feet. And I was like, oh my God, so you just gonna post them?
A lot of men, what I've noticed, like a lot of men take care of their feet, but there's a whole lot more who don't. And those dead toenails.
Like you can literally go to get your feet treated. They have a antifungal fingernail polish that you just put up there that will kill the fungus in your toenails and grow so that your feet can grow a healthy nail. There are so many alternatives out there. They got like daily peels. They have all these things. There's no excuse for people walking around with dirty fingernails or fungus filled nails. And no, you cutting up your socks and everything. No. Oh, it's just a turn my mood. Let's go into something positive. So Living While Black.
Okay. Khaby, or is it Khaby? I think Khaby Lame is the most followed person on TikTok. Or is it Lame? I think it's Lame.
I think it's Lame because I think he's African.
Yeah, I think it's Lame too. Okay, apologies if I pronounced the name wrong. And then he's the most popular person. He replaced I can't remember the girl's name. I think it was Charlie.
But you know what? There's something great about this, but something that's also very irritating about this because he's the most followed TikToker, but he didn't make the list for highest paid TikTokers. He wasn't on the list at all. So it was just kind of irritating to me that he makes content that clearly tons of people love, but these people who do offer sponsorships and endorsements and stuff are overlooking him, which to me is probably because of what he looks like and not because of his anything else. It's like it's kind of like tennis, for a long time, well, obviously tennis, Serena Williams is the biggest name in tennis. And she will always be the biggest name in tennis if you ask me. But Maria Sharapova, who has not beaten Serena in over like 18 years. She ended up retiring after she was caught with drugs. Was the highest paid tennis player because visually she had the aesthetic that a lot of these businesses felt more comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
So
the
they
European
didn't look
standard.
Yeah, and that's really what it was all the time when it came to her. She fit the European standard, so they were okay with dropping coins for her. And I feel like the same thing is happening to him, where he doesn't have the look per se. So people aren't investing in him like they are some of these white girls. Because I think, like you said, the person that he eclipsed was actually a white girl. I think.
Hopefully he starts. And I think the stuff that she was famous for was stuff other people was doing anyway.
Yeah, I think she was one of the ones that was still in the dancing and stuff.
Yeah. There's a lot I got to say about that too, but that's another time. But just still in those dances and getting on those shows. And even though she was a kid and may not have understood plagiarism entirely, the adults are like that. Like when her parents asked her where you getting these dances from, and you said TikTok, that automatically should have been a red flag. Like, this ain't yours.
Right.
Like, you're obviously learning it from somewhere else. Like, find out where the somewhere else is. But anyway, let that go. But yeah, he's the most followed person. And then, which we need, it's not going to change the Supreme Court majority, conservative majority, but our girl got sworn in.
I know.
Oh, actually, yeah. But actually, I forgot I changed the articles. I'm doing a new exhibit in DC that celebrates positive images of Black fatherhood. And there's a dad on one of them with the do-rag cape out. Please know that father does not play.
Something about a do-rag cape. Let me go buy one. I'm going to get one. I want it to be bejeweled on the ends.
It's called ITAV. It Takes a Village, and y'all know that. Basics of Boyhood and Messages for Manhood. And it is framing fatherhood that highlights positive images of Black fatherhood masculinity. It's like 75 different photographs of from Black male photographers. And it has Black men just across generations. So you just want to see it. And it's to intentional way to say how social media impacts public perception of Black men and mental health in the Black community. And I can't wait because I'm really excited. There's 14 Black male photographers that did it. Some of them are amateur photographers. One is Devin Allen. He his work appeared in the cover of Time magazine. So yeah, his work appeared on the cover of Time. So I'm really excited about that. But my main thing is that they're showing these positive images of Black fatherhood because I feel like it does not get enough recognition.
Yeah, it doesn't. It does not.
And this is important. What better place than the chocolate city of DC?
I like this because there's that huge misconception that Black men don't take care of their kids. And there are plenty of Black men that take care of their kids. There are plenty of Black men who are very present in the lives of their children. So I love that there's something like this that is a visual reminder that this shit is real. Men take care of their children. Black men take care of their children. There are lots of great Black fathers out there. A lot of us have them. So let's not do that. So I like that.
Yeah. So that's it. So in DC, you can look it up. And that's it. That's all I have.
Well, let me see if I got something to... Okay, I have something to leave you all with today. It is a conversation. It is a conversation between someone's wife and someone who just happened to be the recipient of a wrong number. This person said, "Is this that musty bitch Stacy? I want you to quit fucking my husband or I'm gonna beat your ass." The person who has no clue who this is just sends laughing emojis and crying emojis, says, "Girl, it sounds like it's time for a divorce." And the person says, "So you think I'm finna leave so you can have him? I think you trying me." And sis says, "You have the wrong number, love. This is definitely not Stacy, but you should let her have him. He doesn't seem like quite much of a prize to me to hold on to." And she says, "Okay, sorry, having the wrong number, but mind your business." She said, "Damn, you mad at you mad at everybody but your husband."
Okay.
Right.
You mad at everybody but your husband.
So this is your reminder. Be mad at your husband. Not all the floozies that they might be with unless you know that they knew that y'all were together. But still be mad at your husband.
Yeah.
Don't be Stacy.
Right. He stood before God made the promise. Not Stace.
Yeah, because Stacy was just out here minding her business.
That's what it
Minding
sounds
her
like.
business. So, with that said, ball heads, we will talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Now, why would you say bad to them like that?